Hi guys, and welcome back to another video on the wrestling review of Daniel. And in today's video, I'm gonna chat to you about my top five favorite wrestlers on the current WWE roster. I'll be doing the next top five list after this one will be my top five favourite UK scene indie wrestlers, but for the purposes of this one, guys, I'm gonna give you my top five WWE favourite so also let's get into the list. So we'll start off at number five as we always do and work our way down the list of accordingly. So number one will be my favourite, etc. But all of these wrestlers do have a claim to be at least on my favourites anyway. So at number five, we'll go with Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green is a very kind of comedic um, character. She had that pretty good feud with me. Chan. She won the ladder match at SummerSlam to become at that point the interim WWE Women's Championship champion. Sorry. Um, Now that Billy is currently um not active due to injury. She's now the women's champion. There's still a bit of ambiguity about the injury. Um, she's suffered to the orbital fracture. She's kind of in a storyline at the minute with Tiffany Stratton, who I think will turn heel on her, so we'll get that program eventually if the injury situation isn't as serious. Um, but yeah, she is very good as a performer, very comedic. Um, so yeah, and she has good matches as well. She's had good matches in Lucha Underground with uh, Penta. Spoiler alert, he's on the list as well. This list is based off of active performers at the minute, and so like um so Rhea that probably won't make it onto the list, for example, because um she's not um she's not active at the moment. I'm still a big Rhea I'm still a big Rhea Ripley fan, but yeah, just for the sake of fairness. But yeah, Chelsea Green is up here, as one of my favourites. Again, she's had some good matches. I just hope she gets booked. Not too bad. She's already lost. Um, to JCJ in the tag match a few weeks ago. She was already pinned. But yeah, other than that, I like Chelsea Green. Number 4 is obviously number 4 is obviously Trick Williams. Now, Trick Williams didn't really have all that good the US championship or on, but his promo was excellent. The guy's got a natural charisma. He's had some great NXT feuds in the past with Joe Hendry, who was on the previous list of guys that should be put to bed, or you could argue that Trick should also be put by or here, but for the most part, our icon is just dropped the belt to Baron Corbin at SummerSlam, who he debuted back. Still kind of a bit weird, though you're still seeing Corbin and MLW, but their episodes are taped in advance, guys. Um, but yeah, he's had some matches with Oba Femi again. Spoiler alert, he's on this list. Um, so yeah, so yeah, very entertaining wrestler. Or I just wish she was booked um a bit better or in places, especially the US title run. Other than he's been pretty good. He was the first, mm, um, he was the first male wrestler to hold the TNA World title as an active, um, wrestler on WWE contract. He's actually feuded with the likes of Rose Montana, who's now Mike Santana as a result of the crossover when Santana was still a part of TNA. He's feuded with Joe O'Hendry as a result of that crossover. Javon Evans, who's on Raw, Obafemi, they they had a massive feud, and of course Ricky Saints as well. So the guys had a plethora of good feuds down in NXT. He's just not really had to that main roster or feud to kind of propel him up um up the card to the main event box office draw that I see him as. But yeah, he's actually pretty he's actually pretty um he's actually pretty firm on this list at number 4. Number 3, I mentioned him previously, Penta. Penta, Penta has been doing some good stuff off the match. He had with Chad Gable on the match he had with Chad Gable at SummerSlam. I'm sorry, was an exhibition and both styles of lucha libre and maybe East Army to wrestling. The two very well. He had a pretty decent run on his IC champion. Um, he's going up against his brother, Ray Phoenix, in the final with the Luchador tournament to go up against Roman Reigns in Mexico City. He's actually wrestling on Triple A's big special event, which is after NXT. Um, Heatwave, which is what Heatwave has been bumped to 8 p.m. Triple A's been a lot better than NXT as of late. Um, but yeah, that's by the by. He's had some pretty good moments. The ladder match at WrestleMania was pretty good. The Fatal Four Way match at last year's WrestleMania with Dominic Mysterio and Braun Break are added to the Fatal Four Way. That was a pretty good match as well. The guy's capable of having good matches. The guys also had pretty notable runs as Triple A Latin American champion before before WWE acquired Triple A, or sorry, should I say TKO acquired them. Um, So yeah, and he was a mainstay on the Lucha Underground show previously. That show's actually returning, but I'm not sure how they're going to do that. But again, that's a separate topic. Um, I like his charisma. I like his phrase zero miedo. That's cool. I like his entry into music. I can't remember who does the guitar solo, but that is awesome. Enter Pyro is um just his swagger when he walks down to the ring. All of it personifies cool. I first discovered them when he faced Austin Aries and TNA when they were known as Impact Wrestling during the very fractious um, Channel 5 era of Impact back in 2017. So I've been a fan of his since then, and he seems to have matured from his AEW run, and him and Phoenix refused to put over top for I made a video on that a couple of years back. Kind of regret my attitude in that video towards him. But yeah, I'm happy he's on the main roster and he is really good. Number two is obviously Obafemi. Obafemi has had some pretty cool moments. He effectively squashed Lesnar back at WrestleMania 42. He lost the rematch at Killer Ash in Italy, but at SummerSlam it then became the next big thing. The guys had some pretty good few up against Dragon E for the North American Championship. The guys already, the king of the ring, the guys faced Trick Williams, Ricky Saints, and Javon Evans down in NXT. And for a big man, he's got the agility, he's got the charisma, and again, a guy that just oozes um, that just oozes the coolness factor. He'll definitely be the one to dethrone Roman Reigns eventually, because that's why I think that's why I think this incarnation of the bloodline exists, because it's kind of based off of the NWE idea before that get fucked up in WCW. I've explained the as in a few of the deals recently, so go back and check that out. So I think he'll be the one eventually to dismantle the bloodline. You've got Oberve versus Braun Breaker are coming up, another cool guy on the roster at Sunday night's main event. I'm really looking forward to that match, guys. Um, then number 1, guys, you all know who number 1 is if you follow me on Twitter and on Facebook. Number 1 is obviously LA Knight. Now, LA Knight, as I've said before, reminds me so much of The Rock and Austin, the two guys that got me into professional wrestling. The guy can talk on the mic. The guys actually had some good matches up against AJ Styles at WrestleMania 40. The matches with Nakamura where they traded back and forth the US title. The match with Jacob Fatu, I thought was a decent match at the WrestleMania 41. He dropped the US belt to Fatu. But since then, he's not really had, he's not really had any more gold. And yeah, I enjoy his promos. His promo again in on this past week, I thought was really good. Him and Solo make for a good duo as well. Solo is probably better as a face as well, guys. As a heel, he was just the stereotypical sort of Aaron Anderson, Arn Anderson, sorry, and Enforcer of the of the line. It was a similar role that Anderson had in the Four Horsemen and WCW, but as a face, he's allowed to like kind of blossom his personality and flesh it out a bit more. But Knight himself can work both as a heel and as a face. Sorry guys, I get a bit off topic about the solo stuff. But as a heel, got some good promos against Barry Wyatt and against um and also against Cameron Grimes in NXT. And it just pisses me off, as I've said and in the previous last video, how Knight hasn't been booked to be like a top star in the company. He's got that charisma, but I just feel and yeah, that times are on and out, and they've got to strike it with the irons hot with him. 'Cause he's 42 years old, guys, so time will be on and out. He's had some good moments in TNA under the Eli Drake name. He won the GFW Impact um, Championship when GFW was asked on Impact the logo. I'm not gonna get into that whole debacle, sorry, because that's a different video. Um, he's he's a former TNA Impact tag champion with Scott Steiner, uh, and he's had some pretty good moments. The James Storm feud is fun. He actually is managed by Paul Bearer and on the Indies, I think it was the UWN Hall, um, Hollywood wrestling. If you haven't seen the clip before, Sean, I'll send you it via messenger, because I know Sean will watch these videos. But yeah, Knight is still my favourite, even although they've kind of jobbed him out constantly on TV and stuff. And I forgot to mention them. I actually had to with them as was good as well. And he won the Slim Jim Battle Royal. But other than that, he hasn't really had any sustained sort of main event push. It's been kind of stop start with him, and yeah, hopefully he gets his world title on, because the guy deserves it, even if it's just only for a couple of weeks, just to shut me up, guys. Gonna put the belt on him, please, so I can finally shut up about LA Knight not being a world champion. But yeah, honourable mentions, guys. You can put in the honourable mentions Dominic Mysterio, Liv Morgan, Stephanie Hair, um, Evan Owens, who's just returned, had a banger of a match with CM Punk. You can still put Sami Zayn in the list, but they've turned him more into the X Pop, X Pac sort of heel, heel sort of whiny character, but the guy still has good matches. You could also put the Phoenix on there and put on Billy are Matt Cardona also going for, but the top five list is to give I give to start off the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, guys. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know your top five in the comment, and I'll see you very soon. Like, share, and subscribe, and follow me on Twitter at Scotty Israel. So for more extensive opinions, and I'll see you over very soon. Share the videos out, tell your friends, and any interactions good, guys, whether it be likes, shares, comments obviously help the algorithm to shares, re tweets, hitting the bell to be notified any new videos, all of that helps. And yeah, spread the word because I'm trying to hit 600 subscribers. Let me know let me know what other videos you'd like to see, and I'll see you all in the next video. For thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you all very soon.